SEO, and then there's a variant of SEO, which is international SEO. Basically, is how to create SEO efforts so that your website, if you have foreign version of your website, also rank in Google or any other search engine, because Google is not the only search engine out there in the other countries, so you can make sure that you reach the audience that you want to reach in your target market. So, for example, we have Julian from Argentina. If I have a website that I have translated into Spanish and I want it to rank into Argentina, because obviously I want to have generate leads or sales through our website, I will have to apply some of what I'm going to present today for the specific market of Argentina. So you speak Spanish, everybody is, most of you English speaker, do you speak another language? Because language is going to be an important dimension of my presentation today. And Raj, you speak Hindi or Punjabi or both?
English is the common.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, excellent. So a little bit about my company, which is 2M Language Services. We are a language service provider based in Brisbane. So language service provider, you might not be familiar with that type of company. It's a company who provide translation services and interpretation services. So for example, for an Australian company that wish to export a product to non-English speaking markets, or sometimes also the Australian government who's trying to reach out to the migrant communities and stuff like that. Just to clarify a couple of terminology as well. Do you know does somebody know what's the difference between translation and interpretation? So translation is the conversion into a language for the written form. So for example, a document, a website we're going to talk about today, or the content of your software, or a marketing brochure. Interpretation is when you translate into an oral form. So for example, somebody at a conference who's translating for foreign delegates, or for example, somebody in courts or into a hospital who's translating orally for someone else who doesn't speak or have small English skills. Okay? So we provide translation and interpreting services into more than 250 languages. We have offices, so our headquarters is in Brisbane. We have a second Australian office in Melbourne, and we have 2 global offices. One is in Paris for the European zone, and for Americas, it's in actually Argentina, Córdoba, so you probably know, obviously. So we provide translation, audiovisual translation and localization. That's for all video content. We can be voiceover or subtitles. Interpretation, web localization. This is what we're going to talk about today. Cross-cultural training, software localization, export marketing, and multilingual integration. So today we're going to focus on the website localization part. So website localization, and I was talking about website translation. There's a difference between translation and localization that's very important for you marketing professionals to understand. Is translating to another languages is basically taking the content and then converting it into another language. Localizing is to, obviously you still have that first step of translation. It's that extra effort to actually localize for a specific target market. So for example, I want to translate my website into Spanish because I want Spanish-speaking people, to understand it. That's one step. But if for example, I decide that I want to penetrate the Argentinian market, I'm going to have to localize it. And for example, which means that you will have to adapt the language, the specific lingo that is used in this area, but it's also about cultural appropriateness. Sometimes you can have also incidents of the design of your website. For example, some colors have some connotation here in Australia, they have different connotation in Asian countries, so in cultures that are very different from ours as well, and you need to appreciate all of the difference. So that's what localization is. And it can be also, for example, adapting the measurements. If you have measurement of your products in your website in centimeters and you go into the US, it's going to be different as well, so stuff like that. So website localization is one of the biggest challenge for companies that are going global and that are, when they are selling their services through their website for many facts. So as we know, today there's many web user worldwide, and then it's just constantly growing. But one of the important statistics on that page that I want you to know is that 3/4 of web users, they want the content that they're looking at, they're more likely to engage with it, they're more likely to buy or to inquire about your product or services if the content is in their native language, and this is what we want. Also, website localization is one of the most economic way to create a first introduction of your product or services and your company into one of the strategic market that you're looking at exporting. So as we know, okay, I've translated my website, I localized it, but you know that's not enough to expect to generate traffic. Why? Because we know that most of the traffic is coming from being ranking well on the first page of Google. So as we all know, the best way to hide a dead body, as we say, is the second page of Google, because nobody ever looks there, right? And that's the same in other countries, and that's the same even when Google is not the main search engine, but for example in China it's Baidu. It's the same. People just usually they don't have time, especially now with mobile internet. Like people just want information fast, so they just don't go past page 1. So that's the same. If you want to be visible into other countries, you're gonna want to make sure that you are at the site that have a strong SEO, that make sure that you can rank also in your target markets. You can also create a search engine marketing campaign, so ad campaign into other languages as well. But I guess SEO is probably more economic